As it says in my pinned message, and it bears repeating on the VOD, this is all just my opinion. This is not an exhaustive list of horror games, even though we have like 200 on here. Not even nearly exhaustive. Also, this is about the box art. This is not about the game. I might like the box art and not like the game, or vice versa. Like, for example, I have kind of a tenuous relationship with Alien Isolation. Not a huge fan, weirdly enough. You'd think I'd love it. It treated me really poorly and was super, super bugged. So I don't like it much. But it's a stellar box art. In that, what's another good example here? Dino Crisis. Dino Crisis is not a C tier game to me. It's like a B tier game. But the box art is C tier at best. You know, I think the Corpse Party games are all right. I'm not a big fan of the this particular Animu style. So you saw pre-rolls and were like, what? Yes, I did turn pre-rolls on because when we did this last time, I had my regular ad schedule going, and I just felt interrupted every time because, like, I'd be in the middle of, like, saying something, like people would be trying to interact. They'd be, you know, giving their opinions, right? And we'd be in an ad hell, and I didn't like that. So pre-rolls are on to try to avoid that. But yeah, this is as far as we got. S tier, I have warned people, is gonna be sparse. The only game in A tier there's like one game in A tier. I think I could consider moving Seventh Guest, maybe D, up to S tier, just because it's like, oh, so simple, so gorgeous. Maybe Clock Tower, but right now I want to see where we end up with at the end. I did actually do some rearranging from the last time we were here. I think there was at least one B that maybe became an A. Oh, I moved Doom 2016 to A because I actually think that the Doom 2016, while it's more of an action game than a horror game, I do think the box art is even more iconic than the original Doom. I think it's like a better version of original Doom. I had moved Blue Stinger down, but I moved it back up to B. I actually think while the game's terrible, the box art is actually kind of all right. It would get my attention. Alice says part of this is just how iconic it is, and how like because like Madness Returns, no, absolutely not. That is not an S tier box art. It's A at best. I'm considering moving Madness Returns to B, to be quite frank. It's kind of a hard call for me. Oh, but before we get into the E's, really quick, I missed something because occasionally we'll like have a look at the PAL or the Japan box art because they got better stuff than we did in North America. I didn't notice this when I pulled up. So this is the PlayStation 1 Clock Tower game, which takes place after it's technically the second Clock Tower game, right? It's the second one. But it's just called Clock Tower. It's the first one on the PlayStation. Hey, buddy. Cat is here. Funny enough, he's here. He may not enjoy the fact that I'm yapping and being really loud. Yeah. Will you just let me know if you want out? So this is the box art, right? Here's the PAL box art. All the blood has been removed. Every last bit of it. Not just on the blades, also on the logo. This is the Deutsch version. I don't know if it's different from the version, say, like, someone in the UK got, but... yeah, so this is Clock Tower. This is Clock Tower. PAL version. Okay, it looks like Cat wants out. Oh, no moment. Yes, my darling. Hello. I saw you. He was hoping for a quiet evening. He may want to be tucked in. He's been doing that recently where he like wants you to follow him to his spot where he sleeps on the couch and then like literally tuck him in for the night. It's kind of wild. Okay. So, anyway, I just thought that was funny. I thought I missed that. But the PAL version is completely bloodless. And they moved the they just mirrored the cliff with the castle. Okay. Yeah, anyway. Back to our actual where we actually are in the list. We are on E. We are on Echo Knight. From the developers of Kingsfield, which is a fantastic sticker. People forget that, like, yeah, FromSoft actually used to, like, do other things. They did Kingsfield, they did Echo Knight, they did Kuon. Kuon's one of my favorite horror games ever, actually, and the mouths don't move. It's great. Echo Knight, this one's rough. Part of me wants to put it in D, because it does not particularly express what's going on. But when you look at it close up, like if you just look at it at a glance, like here, you can't, when it's tiny, you can't make out that there's like a ship in the background and stuff. I'll put it in C. I don't... Is this really any better than, like, Amnesia or Dementium? Like... Not really. Yeah... Add Echo Knight to the D's, unfortunately. It's a very cool logo, which I think is part of why I'm tempted to put it up in C. It actually has a pretty good logo. Gosh. Okay, but then we have Echo Knight 2, which did we even get? This one. I don't... Did we get Echo Knight 2? Hang on. Echo Knight 2. Does North America even get this one? The Lord of Nightmares. Is that it? Is that it? Because every time I look at... Yeah. But... yeah, the logo is pretty, right? Because I want to say we didn't. Because even this, like, this is nice, but this could just be fan-made. And this is from Brazil, so question mark. Because we got Echo Knight Beyond. I have a copy of that. Yeah, it's from software. Yeah. Yeah, FromSoft used to do all kinds of stuff. Right, as you mentioned. Echo Knight 2. Yeah, because every version of this... Hang on. Was Echo Knight 2 Japan only. Yep, Japan only. Okay, so all these others are just like fan-made or something. That's what I thought. Okay, so we only got Echo Knight. Here's Echo Knight 2. Lord of Nightmares. What is it phrased as? Nemuri no Shihaisha? 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 Still not, like, incredible or anything, frankly. Not that interesting of a cover. Yeah, like, it doesn't look bad. I'm willing to give this one a C over a D, but like... Yeah, I don't know. I like how I think I can also arrange within the tier, but then I start questioning everything. It's like, nope, can't do it. Echo Knight Beyond. We did get Echo Knight Beyond. It's cool, but it doesn't sound like... Yeah, it's got the Blood Moon from Bloodborne. This is the PAL cover, but it's almost the same. This is the excuse me. This is the PAL cover. It's... I like this like weird ghost bride thing happening in the foreground. I don't know. I don't know if it's better than the one for, because the North American one's actually all right and is actually maybe a better representation of what the game is all about, because you basically just wander around in this bulky ass spacesuit, unable to run, really. You don't move very fast. Moving fast is still pretty slow. And essentially, if your heart rate gets too high, you will keel over and die. And so you are trying not to get too scared, essentially. So, like, if something startles you really badly, like, you gotta get away from it, you gotta, like, obviously you can't defend yourself. 2044, a horrific crash has left you separated from your fiance. It's a scary game on the moon, funny enough, because we just finished routine. It's a scary game on the moon. So you're going for a big lunar honeymoon, and oh no, things are not right. And it's funny because I think, yeah, this one has the PAL art. I mean, I'm willing to give this one at least a B. I think that's at least a B. Oop, that's A, excuse me. That's at least a B. For me, I think that's alright. Moon really is haunted. Oh, okay, we're getting into the Evil Dead games now. So I only picked a few because there's quite a few. Evil Dead. Which one is the first one on my list? Regeneration. So here we go. I mean, this is a solid cover. Even as someone who likes Evil Dead, it doesn't necessarily make me go, oh yeah, I want to play that. But I don't think it's a bad cover, per se. I don't love it. Oh, cute, Sigs. Oh, gosh. Where are the other two? Oh, yeah, the most recent one and then one of the older ones. Where do I put this? Because I don't personally love it, but it's not like a terrible one. Do I put in B or C? Let's compare it to Fistful of Boomstick. it's not very good. Oh, here's the Xbox one. It's a little more colorful. You want back in, buddy? Is there a better one? No, that one's also tiny. You get a slightly better look at the art. I almost like this one more because it's more over the top silly. No, I don't want to download it. Oh my god. I hate when things do that. Do not auto-download it into my computer. Screw you. No, they're all so small. Wait, here we go. Is this the one that just downloaded? Okay, here we go. Like it's so silly and almost more like the character would see himself and goofiness, and I don't know. This is more fun. This would be arguably maybe a better directed here. This is already better directed, but this is just fun. Yeah, it is a little bit more cartoonish. Like it's more, this is made more to look like it's clearly art, but it's maybe more reflective of how the game actually looks versus this one, which is surprisingly PS2. I thought this one was PS1. But I guess the PS2 original Xbox. Bruce Campbell voices Hash. Yeah. Yeah, between these two, I don't know. I'm willing to give this one like a B just because it looks fun. Like a low B because it looks fun. And then maybe Regeneration could be like a high C. It's just not that interesting. It doesn't make me want to pick it up. Fistful of Boomsticks looks like it's not a good game, but it might be janky fun. Like, it looks like it might actually be fun, whereas Regeneration kind of looks like somebody tried too hard to make it not look like this. These graphics look like PS1 graphics. Like, what? Like, what? Anyway, and then we have the Evil Dead, the game, which is the multiplayer, the ASIM. The game cover. Good job, me. Which, you know, I know people. I never played this game. Never played this game. The art's okay. It looks okay. I love it. I think that's an easy C for me. I don't think it's bad. But the phrase Evil Dead's doing a lot of lifting. It's doing a lot of lifting. I might put it in D. Because I've been thinking of putting Corpse Party in high D. Because I don't like that style at all. The games are great. I don't like that art style. But some of them are not so bad. I think my reasoning for putting it Corpse Party in C was some of them I like more than others, especially some of the more recent, like in like the remake art and stuff like that. So, and I wasn't going to go back and do all of them, but really I should be just judging it on this one, and I don't like it. Okay, you get to come down here. Colin, you're also kind of terrible. We'll think about that. Okay, So moving on from Evil Dead. Okay, who's ready for Escape from Bug Island? I think the Japanese name for this game was like... What was it? It was like the Necro something or other. Necro something something. It was like a one word name, which which is very interesting to me because something that always happens, story time with Marley, something that always happens in Japan when they bring movies over, if the movie has like one word as the title, for example, the incredibly popular Frozen, they don't just call it Frozen. I wish I should be able to remember what they called it over there. It was like Anna and the Ice Queen or something like that. That's it. Memory unlocked. I believe they called it Anna and the Ice Queen. Now, kids, because the kids there are so also, they see, you know, American versions of Disney so much, they knew it as Frozen. Because if they learned English, they knew that, oh, the English title is Frozen. So there wasn't any confusion there. But yeah, that's just something that they do over there. Like they don't when they came out with the new It movies over there, they didn't just call it It Chapter 1 or whatever. It was called something weird, like When You See It Part 1 or something. It was weird. It was like a kind of hard to translate thing, if I remember right. It's hard to articulate exactly. That was like the best way somebody could like translate it for me. But it's, yeah, they're very averse to things having like a singular name, and like they prefer, I don't know what it is. I don't know why. I don't know what it is. At least with movies, they tend to avoid that. I feel like it still happens at least sometimes in manga, like Gantz or something like that. But also with games, yeah, generally you don't usually see like that something with just one word as the title. That's why the Japanese name for Escape from Bug Island is weird to me, because I think it's just like the one word. Anyway, yeah, here we go. Escape from Bug Island. Japanese title. Let's look it up. Necronesia! That's it. Necronesia. It has a, you know what it is? It has a hyphen in the middle, so it's technically two words. There it is. That's how they get away with it. There we are. Found it. I figured it out. Anyway, Escape from Bug Island. If you've never seen anything of this game, go watch somebody play it. It's a time. It is a waggle game. You use the nunchuck and the fucking Wiimote. You use both because you gotta shine your light around, but you gotta turn off the lights so the bugs don't see you. And oh god, it is. This game does not just involve bugs, and it gets wild. This game gets wild. But yes, giant bugs are a big part of it. They're a huge part of it. Where to place this? I mean, to be frank, I mean, the title is doing a lot of detraction. But like, this isn't so bad. This is not a D tier art to me. This is C tier. This is C tier. Like, you could get me to pick up the game. You could get me to pick up the game. You could absolutely get me to pick up the game. Please say there are evil aliens. Aliens are like the one thing that maybe aren't in the game. But there are other things. I was keeping the Dead Islands together. There we go. Art is such a B-movie photo. It's such a B-movie photograph. Yeah, it honestly, it just doesn't seem, it's really not that bad. I would consider it like better than a bunch of these, frankly. Escape from Bug Island, you can go up there. Oh, here we go. Oh, this is gonna be a hard one for me. Eternal Darkness, Sanity's Requiem. There is something about this cover that intrigues me and pulls me in. Just like, I'm just like, forget what game this is, just look at the bottom. It would pull me in. This is maybe B tier. This is maybe B tier. I wouldn't call this A tier. This is not quite like, let me pull up Clive Barker's Undying again. Because this has to me, this is a similar feeling art. So like Clive Barker's Undying looks like this hand, and it actually, if you look at it, you can see the skeletal fingers, like a hand reaching up from under the ground, and this monument, and blah, 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 right? Compare that to this. This is a little more spacey, obviously. You can see the planets aligning and doing stuff. But as and this is, again, this is one of my favorite horror games of all time. I can also look back and go, yeah, it's not a game you usually bother to finish, but it's fun. This is one of those games that I really want to play. I really want to stream. I really want to play it. I really, really want to. But back in the past, GameCube, let's say we wanted to play it on our Game Square instead of our GameCube. Yeah. That was not so reliable. I guess they're more reliable now, but the controller is so specific. Like, there's so many weird little things that you would have to map. So, you also feel like it's kind of underwater. Yeah. But it's not, this isn't a terrible art. It's not a bad art. I'll put it in B. Like, I adore that game, but like, the art is, it can be high B. It can be high B. Somewhere up here. Yeah. Oh, I already forgot what the next one was. Evil Within! Ooh, okay. Okay. First game. I mean, I'll just use the 360 one, which has the annoying fighting chance pack thing on it. We'll ignore that. Because this is the Russian PAL version. But this was kind of the art basically everywhere for Evil Within, interestingly enough. I think even for Japan. Other than I have the steel box for the Japanese version. Because it was called the Psycho Break or something. Psycho Break. But yeah, this art of the screaming person with the barbed wire, and then the T going all the way through the logo as the eyes, as though it's an ice pick for the lobotomy. Brilliant, fucking brilliant. So Evil Within was Tango DreamWorks, which was at a point under the Bethesda umbrella when they were still kicking. Yes. So, and Tango is the DreamWorks. Did I say DreamWorks? GameWorks, excuse me. Tango GameWorks. Tango GameWorks was the baby of Shinji Mikami when he got out of Capcom. Tango was his baby originally. And then they were like, hey, could you make like another Resident Evil 4? But yeah. Anyway, fucking brilliant. I wonder, can I get this? Can I find the steelbook? Is there an image? Yeah, okay. This shows it. This shows it. Psycho Break. See, even in Psycho Break, the P is used to be the the pick for the lobotomy. So it works regardless of which title it is. This is the steelbook for the Japanese version. I found one at a book off once. I think it was a book off, or maybe it was the Super Bazaar. I loved my Super Bazaar so much. I have this. I do have it. There wasn't, I don't remember whether there was anything much that came with it. Maybe there's some postcards or something. I don't even remember. I just thought it was cool that the steel book was Boxman's head. I was like, that's good. That's good. I like that. I appreciate that. So yeah, Evil Within, for me, easy A tier. That's an easy A tier. Like, that's fucking solid. I'm almost tempted to put it in S for me, but I'm willing to make it high A. I'm willing to make it high A. Alice, I love you, but you must come over here somewhere. It's just, it's striking, it's simple, it works. However, Evil Within 2, let me have a look at this. Let me have a look at this. I didn't like this. I don't like Evil Within 2. But I also just... I remember looking at this cover before I played it and being like... Toothpaste? Elmer's glue? What is happening right now? It just doesn't have the same punch. And making the tea by itself over here, it doesn't have the same punch. It just doesn't carry the same weight. Here's a better, where you can see like all the hands reaching. Slightly better than the cropped version. Arguably, this version might even be the most interesting, where it's expanded. And you can see more of the black inky bits. But man... God, there were so many cool bits of art design in 2. Like, there was some very solid art design. I hate playing that game. God, I don't like to. It's just not fun. Did Japan get different art for this one, or did they get the same? Maybe if I put in Psycho Break too, did they? I have to ask, did they even put this out in Japan? Yeah, okay, there it is, Psycho Break 2. Like, why is this going into the... Why? No, I don't like it. I don't think it's D tier or anything, but it's just... It's kind of making me shrug. It's making me shrug. Hey, Isha. Alright, here we go. Extermination. Oh, this game. Was it Extermination or Carrier that Swery worked on? Hang on. See if I can find this one bigger at least. Yeah, you can see it a little bit better. Extermination, another sort of Resi clone, but not really. In an icy, labby place. Lots of underground stuff, I think. Let me see here. Swery, 65. You played this a little back in the day? I never I don't even think I ever saw this game around. Okay, it is extermination that he, that's what I thought. Takes place on Christmas Eve 2005 at an American research facility in Antarctica. A U.S. Marine Corps recon team. Yeah. This was as you can see, this has the Sony logo in the corner, meaning it was a first-party game. And apparently it was very early in its life cycle. Maybe that's why I never saw it around. He used to showcase the system at trade shows. Considered the first survival horror release on the PS2, and generated some hype amongst critics, but only received average reviews. Yeah. I forget what Square even did on this. But he was involved. Um, 2001, the console was barely out. Yeah, so it was like this and Ico and or Eco and okay, I'll say this for it. This is not a cover that's really grabbing my attention, but the logo's alright. I like the hand. I like the hand. You can see like little nerve endings and things. Like, this is not doing it for me, but this could get my attention. This could get my attention. That kind of maybe saves it from going to D tier. It's more of it's more of a C tier. Not like super exciting, but not the worst, you know? Still get your attention. It's like kind of like Chaos Break. Like, Chaos Break doesn't look interesting enough for me to like pick it over something else, but it's got a big old eyeball on it, and I like that. Yeah, it looks like the camera was just offset. Yeah, it doesn't look like, it looks a little off. A little off. Alright, it's time. It's time. Fatal Frame! AKA Project Zero. I'm gonna have to put numbers in. Gosh darn it. Okay, first of all, this is the Japanese one, right? Yeah, I think. Or is this just the Xbox art that's different? Okay, this is the art that I know from my old copy. The based on a true stories is very loose. Yes, there is like an old manor or something out in the woods that the Himuro Mansion I think was based on, but like I don't understand why this random I'm just saying they could have contacts in. If this character, as I recall, is Japanese, then why have we colored their eyeballs in a very odd shade of green? These baddies, they don't look so bad. I will say this. I do remember, this is bringing a little extra personal bias into it, but I remember finally getting a hold of like a copy of Fatal Frame. And when I did, I remember looking at the cover and being like, this is it? Really? This is the box art for this game? Really? Yeah. If Fatal Frame art has two types, creepy face collection or modeling, shoot a pro tech. Oh, kinda. Scariest game ever, EGM magazine. It's still good and unsettling. Don't get me wrong. At least the first, I'll say the first 3. Possibly 4. I didn't get to, I still have never played Lunar Mask, and Maiden of Wet Booba is one of those games that I wish I could like more, but yeah. So I will say I would love for them to like. They are remaking 2, the remake of 2, which is its second remake, by the way, comes out in March. We'll see how that does. 2 is definitely the strongest. If you only, it's kind of, it's funny how it's like that for some games, for several survival horror series actually, where people are like, oh, just if you can only play one of them, play the second one. They'll say that. You know, Resident Evil, like, people will absolutely, like, especially if you're playing the originals, they'll tell you to play 2 instead of 1 or 3. Because, yeah, it's just, that's just how people just feel very strongly about the second one. Silent Hill 2, you know, everybody tends to put that one the most up on a pedestal and that kind of thing. And I would agree, Fatal Frame 2 is, like, it's a pretty good game. Oh, this is... I don't hate this. Would it get my attention? Yes. I don't love it. But it might be... low B. It's not the worst. It's not the worst. And frankly, like, the Project Zero cover's not that much more interesting. Fatal Frame 2, though. This one, the cover art remains steady until, except for, like, the Japanese one. Obviously, there's this version you can get. But, yeah, like, this is, dare I say, possibly S tier. It is so striking, so strong, and I mean, it's easily the strongest box art that any of the games have from anywhere. This art is quite wow. Quite wow. I don't know. It's I know I'm being very articulate there. It's good. It's good. It's very solid. I am willing to give this an S tier. I think Fatal Frame 2 is S tier. Fatal Frame 2, seeing it on the shelf, I go buying right now. I don't even care that this is the second. Like, it was very much like, I don't care if this is the second one and I've never played the first one. Buying it now. What the? Oh my god. Fatal Frame 3, its art's okay. It's not the Tormented. It's all right. Oh, like the subtitle font kind of messes it up, but you know, with the tattoo and everything. For those that who don't know, in Fatal Frame 3, I never finished it, so I don't know. I assume eventually you go there physically, but at least for part of the game, when you go into the scary place, you're just doing it in your dreams, but when you wake up, you have this tattoo that starts growing on your body, and that's really fucking creepy. And it, you know, it was good that they kind of brought that in, although it looks a little awkwardly shopped in, but that's fine. What is this one? This one also says NTSC, so maybe somewhere else. What was the Japanese one? I'm sure it's similar. Huh. Which ones? Oh, mature content. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. I'm not gonna tell you when I was born. Fuckers. Here it is. I just missed it when I was... Yeah. Honestly, like, I do like the hand touching, but I don't think it's actually as good. It's not as good. And this is... okay. It's very... no, thank you. What is this? Is this PAL or something? Oh, it says the cover project, so maybe it's fan-made. Yeah, it's not as good, but I don't hate it. I'm willing to give it a B. I give it a passing grade. It's better than regular the first frame one probably. Hi Hacks, but we'll put them in order side by side. All right. Boy. Fatal Frame 4, which is definitely one that we got shorted on, actually. Funny enough. So this is the original Japanese box art when it was originally out on the Wii. Which I think is if only we had gotten this one, and then it would be the second best one ever. Arguably this is the second best one next to Crimson Butterfly. It's quite good, but that's not the one that we got. This is right now. This is the art like on Steam and Nintendo Switch and all of that. Mask of the Lunar Eclipse. Not nearly as compelling to me, but it's fine, I guess. Oh, sorry, a Wii U version of Fatal Frame 3. Is that real? That looks kind of cool. Yeah, no, the Japanese one is easily superior. Unfortunately. And I am grading things on their, technically on their North American box art, specifically. And I find this one... I'm still a sucker for a creepy hallway with some masks in it, so... yeah... Blech. Sorry, Evil Dead. I think I am gonna bump you down. You can still be above Days Gone though. Let's see. Somewhere in here, probably. Yeah, I'm willing to put it there. Alright, Maiden of Wet Booba. You're like, Marley, why do you keep saying that? Why do you keep saying that, Marley? Because when you're out in the rain, your clothes get wet and kind of see-through. Lordy. I mean, this is basically the cover just about everywhere. Feels like, also, I mean, you can see it from here. She's not even wearing real shorts. It's like a bathing suit. Look, man, wear whatever you want. It's just, you know. Just don't get wet, Periel, the rain. If only it wasn't constant. Because, like, it would be a lie to say that Fatal Frame's never been about this. No, like, I kind of have. But actually making, like, wet t-shirt contest levels of stuff was a bit much. It's a bit much. Also, there's some weird stuff in here that... I've tried to listen to people explain it. Because it involves, like, ghost marriages, which doesn't weird me out. So that's not the part that weirds me out. The part that weirds me out is I believe the one that is talked about in this game is technically incestuous. But obviously they're not expected to do anything. It's just a ghost marriage to, like, make a curse go away or something. So, like, marry anybody. It doesn't fucking matter. But it's got to be somebody close to you. I don't know. The way that it was handled just seemed really, like, you can explain it away lore-wise all you want. It came across really creepy in a bad way to me. Especially with all the other, like, weird stuff in this one. It just didn't sit right with me, so I admit I have some bias against the game itself, but we're not going for the, we're not talking about, hang on, I haven't finished talking about this. We're not talking about the game. We're talking about the cover art. It's not that interesting. And to be frank, like, she looks like a poorly photoshopped, like, screenshot they took in-game. And then this is, like, they just... It's not even fully fleshed out concept art shoved behind her. It's really unfortunate because I love, like, the drowned maiden, like, all the hair and everything. Like, there's some really cool imagery. Kind of wasted on this game. I have feelings. Oh god, is this D tier for me? It wouldn't be like a low D. There's just something about it where I'm just like, something considering bumping calling down here as well, just because it's like, yeah, it's all right, but it's not super great. I might keep it in low C though, just because I'm a sucker. I'm a sucker for the creepy kid. Pirate maiden and her goth boyfriend. I wish it was more like that. Yeah, there's something about the difference between these two that I'm like, why does it look like that? Which is the only reason why I'm considering putting it in D instead of C. Moving her over. Yeah, it's similar to the problem we had. It's similar to the problem we had with Days Gone. It's very similar to the problem we had with Days Gone, where, you know, you have like in the foreground you have this very high fidelity like screenshot man, and then in the background you've got like concept art zombies, and it's not great. It's not great. Okay, here we go. Out of the fatal frame and into the fear. Not this fear, funny enough. That fear should be in here though. Yes, it is. It is. I'm looking for Am I gonna have to pull it up myself? My own tiny version of it? I might have to. Let me see. Hang on. Let me go to my folder where I have them saved. How big is the one for Fear? The Japanese game Fear. Which is technically called The Fear. Not Fear. I think I meant for anything with the in it to go further down, but whatever, we'll just do this one now. Okay, it's not very big, but The Fear. You got creepy house, you got creepy red-eyed guy in the background. This is actually pretty solid. I would argue the font's good for it. I don't know if it's A tier, but it's good. It's good, I would say, personally. I think it's pretty alright. Yeah, you know what? I'm looking at, this has like kind of a similar feel to the Clock Tower 3 where it's like somewhere in here, right? This is like where the A and the B tier connect. Okay. And I'm actually tempted to put Clock Tower 3 up 1. But that might just be my personal take. Okay, now for Fear. The various Fear games. So we got Fear. Fear 2. Let's pull them all up. Sure, we'll pull up this version, it's fine. So, first off, we have Fear. First encounter, Assault Recon. So, like, I'm not... Remember Sierra? Sierra was involved with Fear. So, like, I'm not a shooter kind of person. I play them sometimes. But, like, I played Fear. I enjoyed Fear. But definitely, yeah, this, even if, I know that sounds weird, but even if it is like a boomer shooter, like sometimes just saying like the gray military-esque militiaman is just not the way to my heart, but then you have creepy child. So I don't love it, but I'd give it at least a B, personally. So let's put Fear up here in high B. And then Fear 2, Project Origin. This makes me like it even. Again, creepy kid, you have my attention. Creepy kid, you have my attention. I'm not into shooter, man. I'm just not. That's what the game is, though. It's a fucking first-person shooter. It's a boom boom shoot game with some creepy in between. So yeah, that's kind of hard. And three I don't like at all. 3 is at least C tier for me. We'll talk about that one in a second. Fear 2, you get to be like, unlike some of these others where I'm like keeping them together, I'm like Fear 2's like low B to high C for me. It's just not doing it for me. But Alma looks really creepy, so it's hard for me to decide. It's like with the Darkness, where it's just like, I like the creatures, but I hate the edgelord in the middle. He's not necessarily an edgelord as a character. I didn't play that much of the Darkness. He didn't strike me as one. But, and Logo is great, but the creatures can't totally save it, which is part of why I'm like, maybe we put this high C with the Darkness. But Fear 3. Fear. No, it's not good. And like the eyes in the crook of their elbow, it just doesn't. No, it's not good. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I don't like it at all. I don't even remember what I thought about the game, to be clear. I think this is an actively bad cover. I'm not gonna put it low, but oh God, where would I put it even? Darkwatch, you deserve better. Yeah, man, it's a no from me. Thanks. Oh, the Galarians. Okay, I have 2 Galarians games on here. So we have Galarians and we have Galarians Ash, I believe. Galarians is a terrible cover. The Japanese one's so. Here's Galarian's Ash. I'll pull that one up. But yeah, like the general art for Galarians in Japan wasn't too bad, but here's Pal. Here's the Pal one.
I'm an angry emo boy. Get out of my way.
But, oh my gosh. Yeah. It's this the NTSC one? Yeah. It's basically the same as the PAL one. It's so boring. It's like, it's so nothing. It doesn't make me want to play at all. God, I might put this one at F, honestly. Like, there's not even anything fun about it. It gets to be above Glow in the Dark Illumination, though. Fuck that game. Galarian's Ash isn't as bad. I played some of Ash. I did. I owned this. And I played some of it. And I don't really remember what I thought of it. It's like, it's angsty anime boys. There may actually be like a slight, some boys kissing or something in it. And that's part of why it got weird attention. You know, whether it was like good attention or bad attention. It's not an exciting cover that makes me want to grab it, but I don't think it's like... It kind of goes over here with the ones where it's like, well, it's just kind of your face, so like, eh? You know? I'll put Deep Fear up a little bit higher. Speaking of... Along with Carrier. Carrier's fun. Carrier's just fun. Alright, here we go. Ghost Hunter. This is one of those games that I forget exists, and I'm like, oh yeah, that was a game, wasn't it? Is this the same one? Yeah, I think it is. This is the PAL cover. It's totally different vibe, very blue. I like the weird creatures. I remember seeing this game in the bargain bin. This isn't a bad cover, but I have a feeling this grungy, beigey brown, ambery thing is probably closer to the vibe that the game's actually going for. I could be wrong. Okay, this is another one of those things where my personal bias is coming in the sense of like, this cover never got me to buy it, even when it was in the bargain bin. It just never got me. I never purchased it, despite it being cheap. The cover's not terrible, however. There are worse covers, for sure. I put it down here, like with Deadly Premonition, maybe, where it's like, gets your attention, doesn't necessarily make you want to buy the game. It's just like Deadly Premonition. That cover did not make me want to buy the game. I had a friend go, no, you don't understand. You need to play this game, before I picked it up. Oh god. Alright. Let's talk about a more recent game. Ghostwire Tokyo. That's not the only cover, right? Is that the main cover? I guess it is. No, this is the cover I'm looking for with the dude on it. If it'll load. If it won't, there's that one. Yeah, okay, error out. See if I care. Come on, Brazil, come through for me. Show me the cover I'm actually looking for. Nope. Error. Okay. So, dude with creepy thing in the background, blah, 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 is Tokyo. I have to be real, that actually does not get my attention. The mask is kind of interesting. Everything else about this cover actually turns me off. 'Cause it makes me feel like, 'cause I want these weirdos with the umbrella and the headless high school student like way more interesting. Like everything else looks way more interesting. But there is something about the neon, because I don't dislike neon. As you know, it's not like a fundamental thing where it's like, oh, I'm just not into it. No, I actually usually kind of like it. In this, it just feels so. How do I express this? Ghostwire is such an interesting world, but the cover sells none of it. So I'll be honest. If I didn't know anything about this game, like if I didn't know who the devs were, if I didn't know anything about this game and I saw it on the shelf, I would assume that it was not made by a Japanese dev. I would think that it was non-Japanese folk making a Japanese story. And I'm not particularly interested in that. Which isn't true. It obviously, so, you know, we were talking about Evil Within and Tango and all of them earlier. Yeah, that was a thing. In fact, our dear Ikumi-san, she worked on this game and left during its. She announced them making it, and then she left during its development cycle. I really don't like it. Do I think it's like a D? No, but I just personally like. I can look at it and go, "This isn't for me," but the cover's all right. But like, I'm gonna be real. I'm looking at like Dino Crisis 3 versus Ghostwire Tokyo. Which one am I more interested in? I'm slightly more interested in Dino Crisis 3 because I'm looking at a spaceship. How are the dinosaurs on a spaceship? It's a edgy weeaboo ninja guy. Yeah, it feels like it's trying to sell Tokyo to the tourists versus, hey, this is just a story that a very Japanese story that takes place in Japan. It doesn't feel like that at all, just at a glance. I like the mask a lot. But I can't. I can't with it. It's just not. Oh boy. I don't think we got Glass Rose. I need to take the NTSC off of there. Did we? Maybe we did. No. No. What's funny is like most of the cover I just feel like, it's okay. And then there's just this guy. This is a K-drama. It kind of feels like it. I'm pretty sure the box art was basically the same. Here's the Japanese. Can see more of the characters, but like he ruins it. He's the main character. He ruins it. Otherwise, it looks like it might be an interesting thriller or mystery or something. Oh my god, dude, you really ruin it. You make it so bad. Dino Crisis 3, I'm putting you above Fatal Frame. Fuck it. Yeah, no, it's just not. He's not good. He's not good. Okay, who's next? Haunting Ground, aka Demento, which is another one of those like exceptions. Like, oh wow, they actually called it Demento. It's only one word. And as I recall, Demento had a very similar cover to this. Yeah, it's basically the same cover, just the logo is different because the name is different. Similar to how this is the PAL one, but it's the same for NTSC. It's the same. Basically, fucking error. That's why he's so prominent. Masahiro Matsuoka from the band Tokyo lent his likeness to the character. Yeah, that would do it. That would do it. I really like the logo, regardless of it whether it says Haunting Ground or Demento. The logo is really great. Got Huey on the cover. And Fiona. I do feel like, gosh. Ooh. Sorry. I'm just gonna move that over there so I can save that for later, because I don't have a high quality version of that logo. I do feel like the NTSC cover might have ever so slightly more color to it, but I could be misremembering, because I gave up my copy to a friend. I sold it to a friend. Sometimes I boohoo that, and sometimes I'm like, it's okay. It's not like it didn't go to a good home. An appreciated home, you know? Yeah, I feel... Okay, yeah, this is the NTSC one. I feel like there's, like, slightly less washout. Like, there's a little bit more color to their eyes. But that could just be the scan as well. Haunting Ground's pretty solid. That's at least a B for me. Gosh, yeah. Maybe below Blair Witch, but above Aliens versus Predator. Which I actually might move over next to Alien Breed, but... They're pretty good. Alright, who's next after Haunting Ground? Oh, okay, this is another one. Okay, so I already know I'm just gonna pop this into D, similar to Corpse Party. I generally don't like the covers for this. Are they personal F tiers? Yeah, actually, kind of. Not nearly as bad as some things could be. I don't like the art for Higurashi. This is another one of those things where it was like, I just picked one. But yeah, like, yeah, there you go. Gosh, it's not good. Gosh, it's terrible. There's reasons why people have made other versions with other sprites and things. Like, it's just not great. The story's spectacular. But can I put this in D? I don't think I can put this in D tier. I think it has to go F. It's definitely worse than Corpse Party. I'd much rather look at Corpse Party art. A bobblehead, the kind of bobblehead where even the old man looks like he's 10. You know, it's weird. No. Yes, children are involved. Obviously, it's the Higurashi When They Cry stuff involves some really serious, fucking dark shit. You know, and but yeah, Grandpa shouldn't also look like he's 10. Just saying. Hell Knight. We're just gonna leave it at that. I'm not into the Higurashi art. Hell Knight, yeah, I'm seeing a lot of PAL. I want to say that we didn't get this one. Ooh, look at the black spine. Simple. Does get my attention, but I don't love it. The title is doing all of the heavy lifting. Easily. Easily doing all of the heavy lifting. For this. I didn't put Dark Messiah in there. Do any of these have the back cover? Because sometimes, like, I'm like, if it were to get me to pick it up, I'm willing to, like, also grade it on what's, like, on the back side. Oh, there's, like, nothing. No, never mind. It's pretty terrible. Hell Knight. So, God, are you low? Are you a D? You might be a D. I think Hell Knight's a D. Chaos Break only makes it into C because I'm like...
Eyeball. I like eyeball.
Harvester. Harvester, Harvester. Let's go. Now. Gosh, this art. It's pretty solid. It's pretty solid. It gets your attention. It's like some of the other old school ones. Like, obviously this game's known to be pretty gruesome, but it's like some of the other older games that we've looked at where, like Seventh Guest, where it's like, no, this is solid. It gets your attention. It makes you go, I want to know what's happening here. Like, it's really good. I'm gonna put Harvester in A tier. Ooh, where's it gonna go? Maybe about here, somewhere in here for me. I might move Fear down. Like here, something like that. Shitpost of a game at the artist. Yeah. Yeah. There's some things happening in that game. There's stuff happening. Not all of it good. Oh boy. Okay, here we go. Next series, we're not gonna hit every single one, but we're gonna hit a couple of them. House of the Dead. Gosh, which ones do I have? I have 1, 2, 3, typing, and zombie revenge. Okay, so just 1, 2, and 3. Not the remakes, which I've had mixed. I think the first one was okay, and the second one people really hated. Can I get just regular House of the Dead? Here we go. Can see the Dreamcast, but but here's, I think that might be from the remake, but I'm not 100% sure. Because I feel like I can pretty much just go C or D on most of these. They don't have good box art. They've got like some really cool promo art, but box art wise, like here's House of the Dead 3. You know, it's funny, I like the scratchy bit, but it confuses me as, I don't know, the 3 actually kind of disappears in the back. I think I'll be able to put 3, like, as like a C, at least a C. House of the Dead 3. Yeah. I'm cool with that, but 1 and 2. I mean, if we go off of this art down here that I have. Oh, jeez. I'd be willing to put 2 and high B. 1 is like not interesting at all. Like it's just not interesting. Typing of the Dead, I believe, is the other one, is the next one I have.
Thank you for the lurk.
Type or Die. And I think most versions of this was something like this. Here's a Dreamcast one, might be a little bit different. I mean, the idea of typing of the dead gets my attention more than the art itself. It's not that great, but we'll put it somewhere in there. D. Zombie Revenge, which is a House of the Dead game, but I don't remember where it fits into the whole deal because I didn't really play House of the Dead. Okay, here we go. Zombie Revenge. This is not... Oh my gosh. Oh no. Don't think of you. Don't think of you. Actually, it's better. I'd say it's better than the regular House of the Dead one. I'll put it above House of the Dead. Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay. Who's next? Who's next? Who's next? Hungry Ghosts. Let's go. Okay, so this is a Japan only. There is a project to try to fan translate the whole game happening. Oh my god, you're so tiny. Can we get it any bigger? I mean, this is huge. It's somebody's copy. I think I have a copy of this game. I don't think it made it back to the States with me, but I do have a copy of this game. This cover art's great, first of all. It's pretty good. So, okay, this is really tiny, but you can kind of... So we've got our Reaper, and then there's skeleton hands, and, like, more guys and skulls everywhere. It's one of those... This is an interesting game. It's kind of it's a first-person dungeon crawler kind of thing. It's definitely interesting. It's definitely interesting. I find this cover to be quite solid. I don't know if it's A tier, but it's very good. Like, I like it better or just as much as PSX Clock Tower, you know? It's gonna go somewhere in here. It's gonna go pretty high in those B's. Gosh, I keep debating about Creeping Terror, and then I open up a big version of it, and I'm like, no, I like that. Might move the fear to B. I really like that house, though. I really like that house, though. All right, what comes after Hungry Ghosts? I have no mouth and I must scream. Man. That's become some iconic art right there. That's become some iconic art. Where do I put it? Like, as far as like it grabbing me on a shelf, if I didn't know anything about the game or the story or anything already, just based on this cover, I'd still say it's pretty strong. Yeah. It's still gonna go. It's gonna go B for me. And there's the blue version too. Like, they're both solid. Next one is a Japan only one. Is it? Okay, we have a couple of Japan only ones in a row. Iru is coming up. So I'll pull it up. Iru. I have to open these to remind myself which one's which. This one is... Okay. Okay. I can also double check how I typed it in Romaji. Imabikiso. And which is slightly out of order. Did I miss Illbleed? No, Illbleed's here. It's just like, yeah, it should be all the way over here. I somehow got it out of order. Imabikiso. I want to say I might have a copy of this one. I might. What? Ikeni. Thank you for alert that Gale. Was this a Wii game? Oh, let's go. Is this Night of the Sacrifice? I'm looking at the back of the box. It might be. Here we go. But I'm pretty sure this is fan made because I don't think we got this one. Hang on. Let me double check. If anybody got it in English, it wasn't North America. I forgot that this one was Night of the Sacrifice. Obviously, it makes sense, but now it's Japan only. So this is all fan translated. Yeah. Gets my attention. I don't hate it. I'm actually, is this one bigger? No. I was hoping for, well, this one's bigger, but the saturation's not as good. I wanted to like really take a good look at like the old train station and house and things that are being shown off here. I like this one a lot. I admit that it's maybe not stupendous, but it certainly gets my attention. I will put it there.
Night of the Sacrifice.
And then Illbleed. Illbleed should actually come next. And the alphabet. I'm mostly doing this alphabetically as much as I can. Illbleed. There's got to be one that's bigger. I mean, that's not a good looking one, but it is bigger. Is this what's on the back? Oh my god. I don't know if I've ever looked at the back. Here, this is basically the art. Another one of those where the title's doing all of the work. Like, I would want to buy this off of the title alone with the presumption that I was going to hate it, because boy, this doesn't look interesting. Boy, it doesn't look interesting. The logo is fine. It's silly. The logo is absolutely fine. It is silly. Here's the back. The back might convince me. But gosh, that's just not, it's not a great cover. Like the disc. It's pretty bad. Let's be real. Let's be real. This This is pretty terrible. Yeah. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna look at calling really quick. God, can I keep calling in C? Can I keep calling in C? I mean, maybe if it was the Japanese art or the PAL art. Yeah, I'll keep it there. Gosh. Okay. All right. Anyway, Imebikiso. This is one of those games that it's from Chunsoft, which, I mean, Chunsoft, those are like granddaddies of horror games as we know it. What was the name? I was just staring at it. The old, it was basically just a novel, not even a visual novel, really, a game that they did way back, and it influenced, you know, like the original director of Silent Hill. Like they started making horror because of this game, in part. Otogiriso. I want to say there's a fan translation of it now. It'd be interesting to play. So I assume this is in the vein of their other stuff, but this is one of those games that I have looked up what it's about so many times and I never remember. I'm like, oh yeah, it's that game. Not that it matters, because it's an okay cover. I don't hate it. Imabikiso. First visual novel to be released on a 7th generation console. Came out later for the Wii. Okay. Yeah, it's very their style, just static images with the text over it. It's that style of, which lots of games started copying that after their success back in the day. So that's neat. As far as an image goes, it's okay. I don't totally hate it, but it's not super exciting. But it would get my attention. It would get my attention. You know what, Dino Crisis 3, you get to come up. I can't leave you in D anymore. You have nothing to do with anything. Dino Crisis. True. Like you look like you have nothing to do with dinos or Dino Crisis. But that cover. I would pick it up. I'd pick it up before any of these down here, I think. Yeah, Illblade, sorry, you gotta go further down, my guy. You gotta go further down. Honestly. Man. Okay. Anyway. Iru. It's actually ... Iru. Like, here. It's here. Another one of those games where I look up what it's about and I forget. The cover's fine. It gets my attention. It's not the strongest, but it does get my attention. So I'm willing to make it a C. I don't think it's D per se. Indigo Prophecy, aka Fahrenheit. Man. Oh, not found, huh? Here. How about this? There we go. It got my attention. I picked it up off the shelf. It seemed like a cool mystery thriller. Now, what's funny is I don't think I've ever paused to actually read what any of these words are behind them. And I hate it. It's the goofiest. Don't like. Very edgy. I don't know if it really... No, it's... I was so ready to put this in like low B or high C, but now that I'm like staring at that text, like... Oh, I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Damn! I was like all ready to be like, now, I don't like this game or David Cage, but the cover is actually totally fun. I stand corrected. I've never paid any attention to what was written behind him. Anyway, what's next? I already forgot. I was just staring at it. Juggernaut. Juggernaut is next. An odd game that I kind of want to play someday, but the cover would not make me want to play it. The Japanese one doesn't look any better, really. It's the same art, just more saturated with like blue around the edges. That's not good. That's bad. That's unfortunate, because I know Juggernaut to be kind of an interesting game. I guess it's slightly more interesting than Hell Knight. Alright, Ju-On the Grudge. Ju-On the Grudge. Haunted House Simulator. There we go. I mean... It's Ju-On. How do you... How do you quantify this? Is this somebody else's cover for it? I remember this. Afraid to... I remember seeing this cover for the... That's so bad. That's so bad. Oh, it's terrible. Oh, it's so bad. It makes this look like a masterpiece. Okay. It's not good, but it's Ju-On. It's an eyeball. I can't put an eyeball any lower than C tier. Look at this. You gotta put the eyeballs next to each other. Put the eyeballs next to each other. Put the eyeballs next to each other. That's how we'll fucking do it. What comes after Ju-On? It's another day, right? Oh, wait, actually, hang on. This one is our first K. Kaerazu no mori. Kaerazu no mori.
Sun! Hello! is a Japan only one, so it'll be pretty straightforward. Hello, it's a Scully raid. Hi. How was stream? You were playing the Sackboy game, right? Get comfy if you need to ride around, if you need to lurk in, everyone. Please take care of yourselves. We are in the process of going. This is part 2 of a lot of horror games. We are tiering the box art, or I am tiering the box art, in my opinions only. And it has no, I'm doing my best for it to have nothing to do with how good the game is, if I know about it, and more to do with, would this make me pick it up off the shelf and buy it? It was good till your game crashed? Oh no. So yeah. Karazu no mori. Something forest. I should know what this is. Honestly, this looks very... Why do I not know what that is? What is it? Mori is forest, of course. What forest are we talking about here? Forbidden? Is it just forbidden? It might be a visual novel. It looks like a visual novel. XYZ Studio. Set in the Forest of No Return, so that makes sense. Cryptids! Hello, you gotta head out, but hopefully find some good game coverage. Yeah, soon. Please take care of yourself. Please do. It's good to see you. Hi, Static. How was stream? Hello, balls. Excuse me. Hello again, Sigs. If anybody needs to run, if you need to lurk, please take care of yourselves. I'm going to be doing a lot of talking for at least another half an hour to an hour. I'm only at the K's and I'm trying to at least get to P, if not R. Stream was good. Did art in game a bit. Nice. Hi, Crab. We're currently out of Japan only. I did include a couple of Japan only titles that had interesting covers. Or not so interesting covers in some cases. This one looks really cool. And for me personally, this is A tier, at least. I'm like really into this one. I would be all about picking this up. This is A tier for me. Very A tier. In isolation, I'm gonna make you a victim of my own bias for just one. You'll look till you go to bed. Yeah, get some good rest. Appreciate it. We're gonna boogle one for a little bit longer. Oh gosh, okay. Yeah, I like that a lot. I like that a lot. No, it made me grab it. If I saw that at like a Super Bazaar, I would just buy that. I just buy it. Kind of like I did with Hungry Ghosts. I was like, I don't even know what this is about. I don't care. I'm buy this. Alright, who's next? Kodelka. Okay, some people know about this one. It's kind of an RPG. It might be turn-based? I'm trying to remember. Pal got an okay art. This is ours. Here's the Japanese one. It's kind of similar across the board. The game Spider, the video game plays a spider? No. I don't know that one. But yeah, I remember seeing this version of the cover, but then I also remember seeing this version with the two guys. Either way, it doesn't really grab me. It's kind of not great. It's a D tier for me. We're just gonna move right along to Kuon because Kuon because well, first of all, Japanese box art is cooler. So is the PAL box art. Ours is this one's tricky. This one's a little tricky because even though it's not the most eye-catching of art or something, it still does get your attention. I'm speaking from experience, just seeing it over and over again and putting off buying it, thinking I might like it, but putting it off and putting it off. And then it disappeared from the bargain bins. It was like one of the games that like the game stores cleared out and got rid of. So I ended up buying a new copy on eBay, which cost twice as much, but even that was less than $20. Nowadays, this game sells for like a few hundred sometimes. Boil the crab now. I need to get some sips because I've been talking and not sipping. This is one of those where it's like, I can speak from experience that it didn't grab my attention enough for me to buy it, but it did grab my attention enough for me to pick it up. And at first glance, it just looks like it's a shadowy face, but if you look closer, you can see the makeup, and, you know, she's actually reaching up to grab you, possibly, like, it's not, I can't get, it's not higher than a C, though. It's not, unfortunately. It's just, maybe you can kind of go over here with, next to Fatal Frame 4, maybe. I'm only gonna bump House of the Dead down just because I would choose creepy old Japanese mansion over zombies, typically.
Hi, Tom. What's your creepy story?
Yeah, I adore this game. It's one of my favorites, but the cover just does not do it justice. Japan definitely got the better cover. I mean, if this creepiness was staring back at me, yeah. It would be a different story. All right, who comes after Cool?
Oh, it's time for Left 4 Dead. Oh. The memories.
I mean, here, we'll just pick this up. Where's Left 4 Dead 2? There's a couple different versions. It's usually more this, you know. The second, I mean, they're very similar, right? And they're very solid.
That's a good story, Tom.
Yeah, it's very classic, and it gets your attention. Like, what is this? This is probably one where I'm gonna have to rank them each differently. I do think that the 2 is clever, but you know, it's just more of the same. I could probably put them both in B and be okay with that, honestly.
Yeah, I can probably just put them both in B and be okay with that. I am tempted to put the first one in A just because it's so classic, but that's not the point of this tier list. The point of this tier list is, did it get me to pick it up off the shelf? And oh boy, it's time for another anecdotal story. I didn't. I was like, oh, is this that like multiplayer only bullshit? Fuck that. Because I was so not into multiplayer games when this game dropped at all. Let's talk about the ghost thing. Oh my gosh, crap. Yeah, so this one's hard. Like, as classics, I would put them in A. I would absolutely put them in A. As covers that are supposed to be getting my attention to get me to buy them, it's a little trickier. Maybe I should put it up next to... Hey, Alan Wake. Gosh. Oh, that's tricky. Maybe I'll move them around later. Alright, after them is a Japanese only one whose name escapes me. What was this called? Lunacy. That's a Lunacy Toriko. Lunacy Toriko. Okay, this was a Sega Saturn. So here's a version of it. Here's the version that I usually see around is this one for the Saturn. It's like Kadelka. It's so similar. It's just got like a more interesting text. I think that, I mean, that basically sums it up, don't it? It's not interesting. It's just not. And it's like, oh my god. By the way, I should move Echo Knight up a little bit. Even about Kadelka. Oh, nightmare creatures? Yeah, we're gonna get there. Manhunt! Alright. Just give me both of them. Okay. Manhunt. Scary looking. Would definitely get me to pick it up off the shelf. Still not higher than a B tier for me. Because I glance at this and I go, is this for edgelords? Which the answer is no, yes, no. The answer is yes, but also no. Manhunt 2. What a bad cover. The colors are very nice. It's a terrible cover. One is the one that's going to be harder for me to place. Manhunt 2 is not great. It's pretty, like, Yeah, I'll put it under Hell Knight above Zombie Revenge. No, you know what? Zombie Revenge is at least fun looking. Zombie game is really fun looking. Banned in Australia. Yeah, it's one of those banned in Australia. I mean, you're just making, it's the whole video games and stuff film, essentially. But as like, oh my gosh, is that sounds like it's a staged one, so it's like you're a creepy not so good guy and you're taking the lives of other creepy not so good guys, so like, you know, that's how it gets around being banned everywhere. It's not banned everywhere. It definitely, I mean, I would say, so like if, I'm gonna put this next to Dementium, right? Manhunt's gonna get your attention more. Oh my god, where'd it go? Manhunt, where'd you go? Ah. But would it get my attention more than Dementium 2? Dementium 2 is just so fun. Yeah, it probably would. Would it get me more than this? No, maybe not just because edginess. But do I do this to Manhunt? I don't even like Manhunt, but do I do this? The first game that you heard happen was, so you were like, whoa, it's crazy, how brutal is this game? I mean, you're using broken glass and plastic bags and stuff, like, it's pretty intense, but it is not, like, it's also very, you know, the game's very gray and grungy and brown and not, the, you know, light blues, it's not very, outside of the blood, it's not very colorful, right? And even the blood is kind of muted. If I'm remembering right. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Dementium 2. I'm gonna move you down just a hair. Maybe. Oh, I can't. I'm gonna get caught up in trying to make that a certain way. Martian Gothic! Okay. Spoiler alert. I think this game has A tier, at least A tier box art. A lot of the scans are a bit orangey. This is probably a better representation, a little more red. It's so solid. We played this game on stream. It's available on my YouTube. I would love to see them remake this. I think this game could do amazingly because it's like, it would have to hit at the right moment. It couldn't come too close to another sci-fi thing. When you first start this game and you start hearing like the voice, this is just me musing about the game and not the box art. Forgive me. When you first start hearing like you know, journal entries, like voice journal entries and stuff, you're like, or just, you know, creepy things that people left on their recorders before they died or whatever. You'll sit there and you'll be like, did Dead Space rip this off? This is Dead Space before Dead Space. But it's not. It actually isn't, sorta. It doesn't, necromorphs are not a thing. They are, but they aren't. It's not the same thing. They are unique entities, and also there's like, I don't know, there's other things happening here. It's very cool. You could redo this with a lot of, and with a better budget, so you could actually have a proper ending. You could do all kinds of things. Anyway, my feelings about the game aside, the cover art is what got me to buy this game. I own a copy of this game. I bought it purely on the art. Where are the people sharing the same helmet? It's, oh yeah, this is big A tier for me. Oh, does it go above 7th Guest for me? I am partial to Mars. That's a hard call right there. Yeah. I like that box art a lot. I don't know if it's an S tier art. I don't know. Ooh, I kind of want to jump it up there. I kind of do. I kind of do. I kind of do. I hold back. I hold back. Michigan, report from hell. Another game I own. Didn't come to North America, but I do own a copy of it. Because the game is, in fact, there is a PAL version, but also, I believe, I think all the dialogue and everything's like in English no matter what, I want to say. I want to say that it is. Gosh, this cover. Which is, if I remember right, is the same in the Japanese version. Oh, wait, there's this version. Right. No, wait, there's this. This. Yeah. Is that the copy that I have? Somewhere in my phone? Except that I don't know if this one made it back with me. This is one of those that may end up being lost forever. I don't know. Honestly, I do like this box art. I think it's good. I think it's good. It would get my attention. Is it like... Oh gosh, where would I put it? Somewhere in here, maybe high B. Sitting here hungry. Gosh, I should make food. I ordered pizza and forgot it's in the box. I see. Mizurna Falls. Okay. Another one we technically didn't really get, but... This is an interesting cover. Country of the Woods and Repose. This is an interesting cover. Because it's very much one that you're like, what is this? You know, you pick it up because you definitely would pick it up because you're curious. Open world game before open world games really existed, essentially. It is definitely an interesting game. We played a little bit. We did a one-off of it, but even locking the frame rate, we had some difficulties with the audio. The audio would sometimes be normal and sometimes be flying a mile a minute, and so I decided to just make it a one-off. This is a low-key one, but I don't think it's... I think I would be interested in it for sure. Where should I put it? Next to Blue Stinger. I can't believe Blue Stinger's in B. Nightmare Creatures. Alright, Nightmare Creatures. Let's pull up both of yours. I never played these. I didn't know they existed when I was in the PS1 era. Which is unfortunate. I probably would have enjoyed them. Oh no. Okay. Well, first of all, Nightmare Creatures 1 is solid. This is solid box art right here. Look at that logo. absolutely fantastic. Oh man, where do I put this? Okay, I'm not putting it here. I'm staring at carrier and I don't think I can keep it down here. Yeah, it's terrible, but it's like low tier C. Yeah, no, okay. Nightmare creatures, where do you go? You would get my attention. You're definitely a B. Very solid. Very solid. Nightmare creatures too, however. I will not be so kind to. It just doesn't... Some people might like this art. It's not for me. And the font they chose for Music by Rob Zombie looking like it's for an elementary school student just doesn't come across as scratchy when it's been bubbleized. And not bubbled, but put a basil on there. What am I trying to think? What word am I looking for? Essentially, no, it's just not as good. It's just not as good. And I don't know if Nightmare Creatures 2 as a game was nearly as good anyway, but this would make me go, I'm not into it. How low are we putting this? Pretty low, I gotta be honest. It's just not... And not doing it for me at all. Also, however, hang on one second. Jericho gets to go above Fear 3. Heading to bed, no worries, Sigs. Alright, after Nightmare Creatures, Night Trap!
Night Trap.
Oh man, this was a tricky game to get a good square image of. There's a lot of different versions of this box art too. There's so many versions. This is she shows up as like the go-to, and this is like one of the more recent versions. And oh, this version, look at this version, look at this Japanese mega CD version. I remember this shot from the game. Oh, it's so funny. It's so good. Sega CD. Just poor girl in her sports bra. Like, oh man. So this is like, yeah, I'm trying to, I think this is the one that I kind of wanted to base it off of. The old school. I mean, it looks silly and fun and possibly pulpy, and yeah, I don't know, I think it's great. Hey, murderer. It's the best. Why is she staring at me? I can't. I really like this, honestly. I think it's very good. I think it's very good. Ooh, where do we put it? Where do we put it? Oh, I love it so much. Oh, I really like it. I really like it. It's got to be at least B. I'm almost tempted to put it higher. There's a few of these high B's that I might make low A's because we have a lot in B. But frankly, we have a lot of in C and D as well.
I'm a little picky. Did you know this?
Oh, this one. Okay, this was the Noroi no game. So like cursed game? It has eyeballs on it. I can't not like it. I can't not like it. Can't not like it. Even if it's not that exciting, it's got eyeballs on it. It's got eyeballs on it. Anything with eyeballs on it. Where's my eyeballs? There they are. There's my eyeballs. I put all the eyeball games together. Oh. Obscure. Okay, I've got 3 obscure games here. Obscure. Hopefully. Okay, good. Obscure. I don't remember this being the box art at all, by the way. It's kind of wild. Obscure 2, which is, I believe, the same for I mean, Obscure the Aftermath. Was Obscure the Aftermath also Obscure 2? Or was it an extra one? Oh my god. Okay, hang on. Obscure the Aftermath. This will answer my question. Okay, so North America was Obscure the Aftermath. Okay. I'm still, since I included it, I think, it is as its own thing, I am gonna go ahead and, here, these two can go next to each other since they're the same game. I did play Obscure by myself, which is actually kind of hard. I lost a couple characters. Not that it's any easier if you play it co-op.
Gamma, thank you for the follow.
This is... Can you blame me that I'm like, wow, this was the cover? I don't remember this being the cover art at all. This got me to pick it up? Okay. I don't love it. I don't love it. Actually, the Obscure 2 with just the hand, to me, gets my attention more. And Obscure the Aftermath is not a good cover. It's lame. It's fucking lame. Yeah, these are not... I mean, it got me to... I bought it. I don't know why. Looks like a Rorschach. A little bit. Rorschach. Gosh, sorry. I don't mean to blow air into the mic like that. Yeah, I don't like them. I'm gonna put those two together, and then Obscure the Aftermath gets to go lower, I think. Yeah, sure. We can go with that. I just kind of sat there, like, drooling, going, I don't know. Overblood, this is the version we're looking for. A 3D sci-fi adventure from Electronic Arts. Lame. Lame does not get my attention in the slightest. Oh, it's pretty bad. I almost want to put that in F. That's really lame. That was bad. That was really bad. Who comes after Overblood? Overblood. There was an Overblood 2? I'm the one who put this list together and I forgot. Overblood 2. This was okay. Okay, PAL. This is the PAL art. This is not really any better. This is the Japanese. I I'm willing to put it low D, but I don't know. I won't make it F, but it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Yay! Some good games. Alright, here we go. Parasite Eve. Good games. However, we are judging their covers. So... let's get these three together. I sigh. Give me a clean... yeah, give me the clean art. Thank you. The version I put in here too was like the special edition that was like, yeah. This one. Oh my god, the Christmas. Anyway. Parasite Eve. This cover is one of those other weird kind of anecdotal covers for me. Because like I didn't play Parasite Eve back in the day, but I also didn't have a PlayStation. Until like everybody was like into their PS2s. Like I got a PlayStation then. I was always at least a generation behind if I was involved at all. It's funny because I don't remember Eve at all from this cover. I just remember Ayabraya's face and the logo, and I would say this is pretty good. Oh, where do I put it? Like, to get, like, cover that's gonna get me to pick it up and play it. Maybe somewhere in there? It's A. The first one is A tier for me. Still waiting on Symbiote Steve. I think the first one is, it's strong. It's strong. It's simple, it's strong. Parasite Eve 2 is like, what the fuck is this? And why does she look sad? This should have been, this was our warning that the third birthday was coming. This, making Aya look like this. Fucking. Not that Aya's not allowed to have, you know, emotions that don't make her look strong. It's just an odd choice for the cover of your game. When this is the character you're playing as. To take on this idea of like, ooh, I want to take care of her, versus she's tough and strong and cool and is the main character. It's really unfortunate. I don't mind her denim jacket, but it would have been cool to see it paired with something else. Definitely not as good. Oh god, this is kind of C tier. This is kind of C tier. Where do I put it? Guess where? I'm sorry, you gotta keep going down. Maybe, I don't know.
sorry, Ghostwire, you're just not that interesting. But neither is Parasite Eve. Like, the name Parasite Eve would be doing all the work, but if I'd never played Parasite Eve and I just saw Parasite Eve 2, I might put it in C. Honestly. I know that might seem blasphemous because of what the game is, but the cover is not good. What did they get in Japan? What did they get in Japan? It's the same but without. You know what's funny? I still don't love it. But without the inclusion of the military men behind her, it's at least better. At least we're totally focusing on her, and the lighting and the color choices here make me go, oh, I've caught this character at a vulnerable moment. You know? It doesn't read... And so it reads less as like, oh man, I really gotta take care of this poor woman. Third birthday. Fuck Third Birthday. This is not good box art. My feelings about Third Birthday aside, it's just not good box art. The only thing striking about it is that by default it was all in red. Other versions of it had it fully colorized with the goofy torn jeans and just, it's not interesting. It's fucking boring. It's fucking boring. Is it as boring as Overblood? No, but I'm still tempted to make it F tier. Because I look at this and I'm like, what? No, I don't want to play this. Their box art tried to pull off a... Well, I mean... No actual panty shots here because she's very motherly in Parasite too. We can't have that. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Like, if I'm willing to put Overblood 2 in D instead of F, then I gotta keep Third Birthday in D instead of F, but like... Okay, Penumbra. Okay, this is gonna... So the first one is Overture. Oop, not Japan. Not Japan. Penumbra Overture. And then Black Plague, then Requiem. And then Requiem. Oh yeah, that's how you spelled Requiem. Okay. And then, were there any others? No. Then we went to Phantasmagoria. Okay. Overture, episode 1. I do, there's something with teeth behind you. But the color scheme's not very interesting. Black Plague, a little bit more interesting color scheme. Like, all of them are a guy in, like, hooded, you know, figure. It's progressively more red. He's in Dark Place. Yeah, Requiem. There's Penumbra Collection. This image is slightly more interesting. Yeah, I mean, they're not bad, but they're not super interesting. The first one's the only one that I'm like, Penumbra... Black Plague... Okay, I'm not gonna try, I gotta stop trying to, like, arrange them so much and just, Requiem is actually a little bit boring when you put it next to other ones, but Is it actually bad? You know what? It's the most boring of the bunch. Maybe we pull it down here. Maybe we pull it down here.
Thank you for the follow.
Maybe I'm biased or so. Yeah, no, this is very much like, obviously, this is just my opinion. This is my, like, what would I think? This is the most interesting one, I think, just because we can, like, actually make out a creature. And he's holding, like, this feels a lot stranger. Like, here's this creature, and then he's holding, like, some kind of pickaxe or something, hammer, and then a flare that's way more, which he technically has a torch and a hammer in this version of the Requiem. Look. In this one, which is kind of the default one that's used for things, it actually, I misinterpreted it as like a knife or something. It's not as interesting. Overture, I'm willing to put like low B or high C. It's still just like a dude in a hoodie, so I'm not like super interested, but I don't hate it, so I'm not sure exactly where I want to put it, but we'll put that there. After Penumbra, we have the Phantasmagoria games. We played the first one. It's over on the YouTubes. Phantasmagoria has actually pretty solid box art. Okay, so the first one, I prefer the first one because it's just, I don't know, it's more... If I knew nothing about the game, and I would have to know nothing about the game to pick this up. It's very you think you're, at first glance, I think I'm looking at a statue, and then I realize I'm like looking at like a woman, and the lighting or the coloration on the fabric, it looks like somebody's grasping her from behind. Like, it's visually very interesting, and it has a fairly solid logo. So for the first Phantasmagoria, I might put it in A. It's gonna be A or high B. Like, this image is not a good representation of what's on the cover, unfortunately. I have a few like that. Like, this one's like the PAL version. I'm going off the North American version, but but if I were to look at it next to Bloodborne, I think I move Bloodborne up. Yeah, we'll put it high B. Fear, I might need to move you down to high B. The fear. I mean, this is my personal, list, so I can't get too objective about it. But, okay, Phantasmagoria 2, A Puzzle of Flesh. Warning, intense content. The concept of like pulling yourself apart like this is very cool.
I wish the model slash actor used was more visually interesting to me. Because to plenty of people, this would be like a good looking guy. I'm not interested. So I don't find his features interesting, but his acting here, as he's like acting as though he's pulling himself apart, is very good. I don't know. His modeling is good, but there's something like the face almost doesn't quite match what's happening here. I'm not saying that he needs to look like "Ah!" or something like that. I don't think he needs to be yelling. I think having him be calm was the correct choice, but he doesn't seem totally calm. I don't know. He has a very open personality. Yeah, I don't hate it. I think it's definitely better than some of the stuff on this freaking list. A Puzzle of Flesh. Where should we put you, Puzzle of Flesh? You would certainly get my attention. I think you can go in B. I think that's fine. I got what you meant. You all good. The first Prey. I didn't put the remake of Prey on here for some reason, because that actually could have been an interesting comparison, but I guess I didn't. That was probably about the time I was like, don't get caught up in doing every remake as well. Oh my god. Do the original cover. Which is this. Which is unfortunately not that interesting. I remember looking at this and being like, oh, it's a horror game? And then I found out it has like an indigenous main character, and I was like, what? That's awesome. There's a lot of things to like about Prey. The cover is not one of them. Would it get me to pick it up? It would definitely get me to pick it up more than Parasite Eve 2. That's for sure. Oh, thank you much for the follow. I appreciate it. Prey. Where do you go? Do you just go bottom of C? Yeah, maybe you just go bottom of C. Maybe we just leave you there. Project Firestar. Okay. I learned a bunch of stuff about this game the other day, and it has all left my brain. But it is definitely an early influential title. Look at that EA, that old Electronic Arts logo. It's a neat concept for a cover. I think this is the Tism brain going, where you're just like,
But no, it doesn't look like metal, it looks like paper, but then it's too thick to be paper. So why his hands so big?
like my brain's going in a bunch of places that are not definitely not what they were going for. Oh my god, look at that. Yeah. This one's I don't like it as much as Alien Breed. That's for sure. You're not. You're like C. You're not bad, but I don't love you, and it makes my brain hurt. Yeah. Make my brain hurt. Did we hit the R's like I wanted to? We did! We hit the R's! Amazing. Okay, so that was like that was the chunk I wanted to get through tonight. I was hopeful to get to the R's, because that leaves us mostly with things like with series. There's some other stuff in between, but a bunch of Resident Evil. I didn't include every single one, but I included a fair amount. Resident Evil, Silent Hill, Siren's in there. The Stalker games are in there. The Suffering games, System Shock. System Shock was one of the few where I did include the old one versus the remake because similar to Doom 2016, I wanted to highlight how much better, how it like it did what the other thing did, but like better. But in this case, it's just better. But we'll get there. We'll get there.
I'ma do it. Martian Gothic, you get to be an S tier.
And I'm actually thinking of putting Clock Tower up there. I really like First Fear.